Hi, my name is Christina Gonzalez, and I will be doing my Module 3 discussion-based assessment, which is about aphorisms. An aphorism is a concise statement of a principle. So Benjamin Franklin used these aphorisms a lot, and I will be discussing 3 of them. So the first one is, when the well is dry, we know the worth of water. This just means that you don't really know how much something's worth until you don't have it. So by that, when the well's dry, you don't know how much the water is worth, because when you have it, you're like, oh, whatever, it doesn't really matter, it's like whatever. And then when it's gone, you start realizing all the things you need water for. You need water for everything. Water is the basic unit of life. So at first you're like, oh, water, it comes out of the sink, whatever. But when you don't have water or electricity, you then start to realize how much it means. So another one of his aphorisms is, what you seem to be really. This just means don't be fake. Don't try to act like somebody you're not, because that's just not good. It's not good to lie, and it's just to be like who you truly are. Don't try to act different around other people, or just try to be yourself. And what you say, let's say you brag about doing charity work or something like that, actually do that. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I do this all the time and do that, when you actually don't. So it just makes you seem like a completely different person than who you actually are. And another one of his aphorisms is, well done is better than well said. So this is kind of like the other one. It just means that it's also kind of like actions speak louder than words, because okay, yeah, well done is better than well said. Actions speak louder than words, because you ever hear saying you're gonna do one thing and blah blah blah, but actually prove that you did that thing. It's not good to brag about all the things you do. Just do them. So I have a picture that was a really good example. It's a person speaking in front of a crowd of people saying, who wants change, and everybody raises their hand. They're like, yeah, me. And then there's the picture at the bottom. It says, but who wants to change? And then everybody just puts their hands down. Gotta put effort into stuff. And I had to write a Declaration of Independence from something I don't like. And one thing I do not like is winter. I really hate winter. I personally don't think there's anything fun to do in the winter time. It's just I know a lot of people go snowboarding and stuff like that, but personally I'm scared of heights, and I just don't find that okay, I feel like it could be fun. I've never gone snowboarding, but I don't like it at all. So the way I worded it, okay, actually this is long, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but it says, I declare my independence from the winter. This is necessary because it is way too cold and there is nothing fun to do. The roads are scary, the wind is just horrible, and having to turn on your car before you drive is just unacceptable. The winter lasts longer than summer, and it is just not fair. I absolutely love summer, and there are countless things to do. So yes, that would be my independence from winter, because I don't like it. I love summer. I love the warm weather, but when it comes to winter, my phone died. But to keep going with aphorisms, aphorisms are also seen a lot in Thomas Paine, The Crisis. Here are a few examples. Is, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too highly. 'Tis dearness only that gives everything its value. the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. I think that one is really good. I feel like it's also like kind of like working out. There's a thing people say that pain is your weakness leaving your body. So I really like that one. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. It's just the harder you work, the more like it's just gonna feel so good like when you go to work. At least for me, when I go to work and like work extra hours, somebody asks me to cover their shift, I'm like, oh, I could stay home, and just like watch movies in my room. But like then I get my paycheck and it's just like, oh, okay, good thing I worked that day. And then tyranny like hell is not easily conquered. And there's also a few examples from Patrick Henry's speech to Virginia Convention. Actually, no, these aren't aphorisms. These are, he has metaphors, parallelism, and imagery. An example of a metaphor is, I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is a lamp of experience. It says, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it. That would be parallelism. And we are apt to shut out our eyes against a painful truth, and that would be imagery. So this just shows a few examples of aphorisms and what they mean. I feel like you can also like think of them like your own point of view. You can also like I'm looking forward. You can view them like however you want to, just kind of like when the well is dry, we know the worth of water. Just kind of like you can put that into your own like life and just like of your own like situation or the what you seem to be really, and well done is better than well said. I think honestly my favorite aphorism, like I said before, is the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. This, what I thought is working out. Like, I feel like whenever I work out, I just have a really hard time, like trying to like, I don't know, I get unmotivated really fast. And then just like a quote like that, or like the pain is weakness, leaving your body, is just kind of, it just kind of motivates you too. So yeah, those are aphorisms. And and Tyranny Like Hell is by Thomas Paine from The Crisis Number One. And the other three I mentioned before were by Benjamin Franklin, which he did tend to use a lot.